All right, so now let's talk about valuing an Amazon business. I used to buy and sell businesses for a living. I used to own a very, very successful business brokerage in Australia, in Sydney as it happens. And I have done around about $43 million worth of business transactions in Oz. And our shtick was we would go to the UK, and in the UK we would run adverts in one particular paper what basically said, England sucks, you should move to Australia, it's much, much better. And of course it is. And then in Australia, so we would find people that wanted to move to Australia and buy businesses. And then in Australia, we would send mostly cafe owners and kind of easy businesses like that. We would send them a letter with a £1 coin. This was a long time ago. Sellotape to the top right hand side with a big arrow saying, see that £1 coin, that's worth $2.20 to you. This was back when, of course, that was the case. You sell your business to a POM, you'll make a fortune. So that was our strategy. And so on the back of that, I built a huge business brokerage. We had heaps of people working for us. It was awesome fun until I sold it, and then they promptly messed it up and shut it. But anyway, that's a different story. Anyway, so valuing a business. So typically a business is valued, an Amazon business specifically, is valued by something called EBIT. And EBIT, E-B-I-T, is an acronym. It means earnings before interest and tax. And what that really means for 99.9% of people with a business, what it really means is revenue minus tax. That's what it really means for 99.9% of businesses, okay? So what it is, it's a descriptor of the money potentially that you would put into your back pocket, okay? That's what really, if you kind of cut away the shit, for 99.9% of businesses, that's what it really means. Anyway, so most businesses are valued on EBIT, and an Amazon business typically is valued between 2 and 10 times EBIT. So if your business makes $100,000 a year before those things, then you can value it either at between $200,000 and $1 million. And so the question is, how can I increase the value of my business? Okay, so let me talk about that for you, because I think that's kind of an interesting question. So there are some must-haves, and the must-haves are usually, not always, usually, because you can buy businesses that make a loss because you want to buy the assets of the business and then use the losses for a profitable other business to offset those losses. But let's not get complicated. Usually, the business must be profitable, of course, because somebody wants to buy a profitable business, okay? Not always, but more often than not, most of the time, they want profit. It must have, an Amazon business typically must be multi-product. So one product, not really good enough, must be multi-product. And you want to have about at least 3 years of trading, okay? About 3 years of trading is about right, okay? So they're must-haves. Outside of that, you've got things that increase the multiple of EBIT that your business is valued at. So let's suppose you start at 2 times your EBIT. So you can move it up with these things. These are the things that have the biggest influence on your valuation of your business. So other platforms set up for your e-commerce business, such as Shopify, eBay, Facebook stores, Wish, Walmart, things like that. So other platforms is worth 1 times EBIT. So if you've got something set up, you can really factor in another EBIT for that. So it goes from 2 times EBIT to 3 times EBIT, okay? Trademarks and protection for your brand and for your products, that's usually worth 1 times EBIT as well. A warehouse and a team in China. So for me, for instance, I have a warehouse in China, and I also have a team of people. Well, it's a small team, but still a team nonetheless, of people in China that do shit for me over in China. That is worth 1 times EBIT to you, okay? So like sourcing agent, freight forwarder, warehouse team, that kind of crap, okay? Marketing systems and assets. So that's things like a mailing list and followers for your social media. Social media, massively important for your e-commerce business success. Like, anyway, it's very, very hard, I believe, to build a big Amazon business without social media. It's very, very difficult to do that. So you want to have all that shit set up, which is why we teach it in AOE. So the more of that you've got set up, the better, and that's worth 1 times EBIT to you. So if you've got a mailing list of all your customers that you can go back to, that's worth a fortune for the right person who knows what they're doing with it. And then a team of people that run your business using systems, so actual systems, that's typically worth 1 times EBIT too. So you've got those factors that will absolutely increase your EBIT. So the more of that you've got in place, the better. The better. So in Inner Circle, for instance, we've just done Shopify. Next month's Inner Circle, we're doing Instagram. That's all because all of those things, now more than ever, are hugely important to your e-commerce success. Amazon, cool, no worries at all. But e-commerce, you've got to be thinking multi-channel. You have to be thinking multi-channel. Anyway, so they're all hugely important. They will raise the value of your business when you sell it. And then desirable things like blue sky things that you can sell a lot easier, is things like, can your current product suite be expanded into other markets? So if you're selling on amazon.com.au, can you expand those products to Amazon in Canada and thereby make some more money? So that's blue sky shit, okay? Same for into UK, for instance. If you can do that, that's awesome. And can you funnel new products into your systems really, really easily? So one of the things that we do in business is we create what's called a distribution channel, and Amazon is one of the channels that we use to distribute our products. So we might also use Shopify, we might also use eBay, we might also use Wish, we might do our own website with our own mailing list, yada, yada, yada. So all of those things are distribution channels, okay? And so the ease of which a new owner can bring products to market through your distribution channels will play a big factor in the desirability of your business. And is your business currently in a market that's growing or declining? That will also, of course, make a big factor as well. So I think that's kind of everything. Hey, Neil here. Just before you go away, that was a question that I got asked on my regular Monday night Q&A session, which I have with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. So if you're interested in joining us as an Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, then you can click on the link below to find out a lot more about that. And also, as a special thank you for watching this video, I've got a great book that I want to give you for free. It's a current bestseller on Amazon, and it teaches you everything that you would need to know about starting a business here in Australia on Amazon. So you can see that just up there. So if you'd like to get a copy of that for free, then again, just click on the link below and you'll get a copy of that. You'll get taken to a page where you can get a copy of that for absolutely free. Hope you enjoyed that little snippet from one of my Aussie Online Entrepreneur Q&A sessions, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel and also like this video. And if you've got a question that you would like answering, then post it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer it, whether on one of these videos for you or directly in the comments directly below. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on the next of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs Amazon FBA Australia videos. See you soon.